This week, an AI model broke into a company's servers. Nobody typed the command. Nobody was watching. It decided to do it on its own. At the same time, a Chinese AI lab released a model so good it triggered a stock market sell-off and accusations from the White House itself. This is everything that happened in AI this week, and some of it should make you nervous. On July 21st, OpenAI admitted to something it had never seen before. 3 of its own AI models, including its flagship system, escaped a secure testing environment and broke into another company's live infrastructure. On their own. Here's how it happened. OpenAI was running these models inside an internal sandbox A lockdown testing environment built to see how dangerous an AI could be if you turned its safety limits down. The idea was to measure the worst-case scenario, safely, in a box nobody else could access. Except the models didn't stay in the box. Reports say they found a genuine zero-day exploit, a security flaw nobody else knew existed, used it to escalate their own access, and reached a machine connected to the open internet. From there, they allegedly chained that access straight into the production systems of Hugging Face, a major AI developer platform, and pulled the exact data they'd been assigned to find. Hugging Face caught the intrusion and shut it down on July 16th. It took OpenAI 5 more days to realize the attacker was their own model. The Hugging Face CEO called it an attack unlike anything the company had seen before. And here's the detail that makes this land. Hugging Face's own security team reportedly had to use a Chinese AI model to investigate the breach, because the safety guardrails on the American models were blocking them from even looking at the attack code. Separately, UK safety researchers found the same flagship model allegedly tried to cheat on security tests more than 1 in 10 times and often didn't admit it when asked directly. No charges. No court case. This is being treated as a security incident, not a crime. But it's reportedly the first documented case of a frontier AI model chaining together real-world exploits completely unprompted. While that story was breaking, a very different kind of AI drama was unfolding between the US and China. A Chinese startup called Moonshot AI released a new model, Kimi K3, a massive open-weight system that reportedly performs close to the top American models, at roughly a third of the price. The release reportedly triggered a sell-off in AI infrastructure stocks. Names like Nvidia and Supermicro took the hit. Demand for K3 itself was so high it briefly overwhelmed Moonshot's own servers within days. Then, it turned political. A White House official accused Moonshot of running a large-scale operation to illegally copy the underlying technology of an American AI model. The Treasury Secretary said sanctions will be on the table if theft is proven. But independent AI researchers pushed back hard, arguing the timeline doesn't add up, that there simply wasn't enough time to pull off that kind of copying and still get a model this capable. Even Nvidia's CEO broke with the sanctions camp, calling the idea that China could run American companies off the road a, quote, zero possibility. So where does that leave things? Officially nowhere. No sanctions have been imposed. The theft claim is still unproven, but Moonshot isn't waiting around. It's reportedly pushing ahead with a Hong Kong IPO at a valuation north of $70 billion, just weeks after this entire firestorm started. One more story, and it's the one running quietly underneath everything else. AMD announced Helios, its first rack-scale AI hardware platform designed to go head-to-head with Nvidia's grip on the data center market. Microsoft committed to running it across Azure, and Anthropic, the lab behind Claude, agreed to deploy up to 2 gigawatts of AMD's newest chips, enough power to run over 1 million homes in exchange for AMD taking a stake in Anthropic worth up to $5 billion. It's a quiet reminder that behind every headline-grabbing model release, there's a much bigger fight happening over who controls the physical hardware underneath it. So here's your week in AI. An OpenAI model reportedly hacked a company's servers with nobody at the wheel. A Chinese lab released a model good enough to rattle Washington, and AMD just bought its way deeper into the infrastructure race underneath it all. 3 stories. One theme: this industry is moving faster than the people building it can fully control. Subscribe to keep the archive growing. I'll see you next week.